Day 3 of the Mining Week celebration at the Bintumani Conference Centre witnessed a compelling panel discussion featuring Salim Sillah, the Chief Technical Officer of Leone Rock Metal Group. During the session, Sillah elaborated on the company's significant contribution to local development through its commitment to corporate social responsibility and the payment of its Community Development Agreement (CDA). As part of the annual Mining Week festivities, which aim to celebrate and promote the mining sector's role in national development, Sillah emphasized on how Leone Rock Metal Group is not only focused on mining operation but also dedicated to uplifting the communities in which it operates. He stated that their company recognizes that sustainable mining goes hand in hand with community development, and they are committed to honoring their corporate social responsibilities, ensuring that their operation yield benefit for the local populations. The panel discussion highlighted several initiatives undertaken by Leone Rock Metal Group, including investment in education, healthcare, and infrastructure in surrounding communities. Sillah also noted that the company's corporate social responsibility efforts are designed to foster a positive relationship with local stakeholders and to promote environmental sustainability.
Those three chiefdoms, each paramount chief from each chiefdom is part of the CDC. The CDC is like the lower level committee, and then we have NNA also. We have women leaders from each of the chiefdoms. We have youth leaders from each of the chiefdoms. We have the honorable members of the parliament also being part of the CDC. We have religious leaders, so it's a big number, large number of people. And the CDC meetings are generally open meetings. People who really actually attend from the communities. So we normally, the CDC, we choose projects from the various chiefdoms that they are looking at implementing, and then we work also with the council. Local council is also part of that committee representing the government. So you can see it really comes across. And all projects that are being implemented have to go through the CDC first. And once the CDC selects the number of projects, this project goes through the higher level of approval, which we call the steering committee. And the steering committee also comprises of the three paramount chiefs again, and the council chairperson is also part of that. And then we have a CDC chairman. So the CDC chairman does not have to be a paramount chief or a honorable member of parliament. She is elected by all the three region paramount chiefs as well as the various communities. So more than elected, partially in between. But they have powers and they are not biased because we have three chiefdoms, so that gives them neutrality to when we do project selection. So the projects are finally approved at the steering committee level. So some of these projects are dropped out, but some people keep saying, oh, so the community just wake up one morning and say, well, this we want school or we want where. That's actually not the case because we have council and the country generally at the national level, we have national development plan. The council also has district development plan, and I was surprised when I knew we have chiefdom development plans. So all these projects that are being approved have to go through all of these. They have to go through, and the council is giving technical advice. Of course, the NNA is there to guide us to make sure we implement this money properly. So once the project is approved, then we put out bidding process. People will bid. Not all project goes through bidding. For example, education. One of the key issues the community have been facing for a very long period of time is education. There's high dropouts in those communities because they have a lot of illicit gold mining going on. So the majority of the youths actually do not tend to continue their university education. So once we started paying the CDA, the paramount chiefs agreed that they should look for all the dropouts from their communities and encourage them to go back to university. They will pay. At the moment, we have 750 students from the three chiefdoms that are currently in university fully paid for. And sometimes we go to the extent of really searching for them and looking for, like, hunting them, that you have to go back to the university.
In addition to the corporate social responsibility initiative, Sillah also addressed the importance of the community development agreement payment, which he said are vital for funding community projects. The CDA, he said, is not only a contractual obligation, but it is a promise they make to the communities they work in. By fulfilling these agreements, he said, they are able to support critical projects that improve the quality of life for residents.
So the implementation process in our communities is, I'm surprised to know that there are some chiefdoms that also benefit from CDA that we only have account. We actually, our community have their own account, it's called the CDF. So they have a CDF account, and when the company pays, we pay into the CDF account. And the CDF account, all three of the paramount chiefs are signatory to that account. We have the chairman of the CDA also is a signatory to the same account, as well as myself, I'm signatory, I represent the company of the same account. So for money getting out there is not as easy as most people think. Oh, now they get 99 million and you to buy a house to build, and it's not possible. Like, before the money comes out, it's the parliamentary sometimes really angry with me because they go through all the processes and I'll be having like 2 weeks, like going through checking, asking so many questions and all of that. But the project selection is very transparent, the approval process is very transparent, so there is no case where any paramount chief can have access to that money for personal use. It is because everything has to be approved and recorded, documented, goes through this process fully. And now our communities are talking of a much bigger project now. And we just approved recently, it's a record-breaking project. The community will be funding 102 billion beyond this project. Water project, we're going to construct dams, reservoir, pipe on water that will benefit 80,000 residents in the three chiefdoms. So for the first time, we see our communities taking this kind of public project. One of the public projects that are also going to be undertaking, and this is really like an ingenious, I would say, model that is going to work across Africa. The community partnering with the government as well as the mining company to construct an entire road, from Mabrota Junction to Savannah Lake. This should be fully funded. The community will be investing $16 million, and people will say, how can they forget that money there? Actually, the money will be there from the CDA payment because the Leone Rock Metal Company, our mine life exceeds over 100 years, so this money will be paid from time to time. And the company, Leone Rock, will also contribute $24 million, and the government will contribute the rest.
Attendees of the Mining Week celebration, including government officials, industry stakeholders, and community representatives, expressed their appreciation for Leone Rock Metal Group's proactive approach to community engagement. Many highlighted the positive impact of the company's initiative on local education and healthcare services. For Star TV News in Freetown, George Elliott Sam reporting.